confident they are, but it's something to look out for. The next thing on the offensive side is how heavy will Josh Jacobs' workload be? We've talked a lot, we, the fans and media and people on the outside, about his ability to be a premier back, clearly the kind of, I don't want to say comparison, but there's always going to be a comparison between what he's able to do in this offense and what Aaron Jones was doing at the end of last year, right? Now, I don't think Jacobs is ever going to be a 25 touch a game kind of guy. That doesn't exist in the NFL, right? But I do think there's a chance that he gets utilized a bit more by Matt LaFleur than LaFleur has ever kind of done with a singular running back. I'm fascinated to see how much he's used in the passing game in particular, because I think that's an untapped part of his game. It's been talked about a lot, the fact that he's never had a receiving touchdown in his entire NFL career because he's been playing in offenses that date back to like Mike Holmgren style West Coast, right? I think there's a good chance that LaFleur is going to utilize him in the passing game in a way that we have never seen with Josh Jacobs. So
speaking of this
I'm just
offense,
fascinated
I mean,
to see how it works.
I know this is speculation, but like I get like I'm getting like 2011 vibes right now from this offense.
You're not the only
And
one.
I just feel like at some point, and it could be like immediately, right? Like this, it could be literally from the get. But at some point, this offense is going to click so much that it will be virtually unstoppable. That's just it's a feeling I have.
Virtually unstoppable.
Just a feeling I have. I mean, you just look across the board. It's not just young talent. It's like the way these guys click with each other on the first, and all the starters, from the tight ends to the running backs, even dropping AJ. You know, AJ, you lose pass pro, but like, what do you key on as a defense? It's so hard. You know, Josh Jacobs is an obvious key, but other than that, there's not a lot of things that stand out about this offense that you can key on, really. Well, besides Christian Watson and Josh Jacobs.
But that's the thing, right? We talked about this a lot this offseason, but as far as a defensive coordinator's approach to the Packers offense, yes, 100% you want to make sure that Josh Jacobs doesn't get going because he'll just gash you all day if you do. But you can't do that at the expense of, and this is what Dan Quinn talked about to the guys at Fox last year when they were leading up to the Packers playoff game in Dallas, right? The Packers offense does such a good job of making the plays all look the same from pre-snap to the handoff to the running back, unless it's play action and the boot and whatever. Like the plays are all kind of run at the same clip and they look identical initially, and getting a bead on, especially on early downs, first down in particular, like not being able to, okay, I want to send my linebackers to make sure I plug these holes and stop the run. But then all of a sudden Jordan's pulling the ball and there's somebody down the seam screaming wide open, a Musgrave or whoever. And now that's very rudimentary, but it is a very real problem. Are you rolling coverage to Christian Watson? And if so, good luck with Jaden Reed in the slot getting one-on-ones in a two-way go. And if you are like, okay, fine, we're going to make sure we go heavy on one side. We're going to play like try a cover six or a zone on one half and man on the other. Well, now we're talking about Dontavian Wicks getting matched up with your probably third corner, if not fourth. And to quote Morgan Freeman in Batman, good luck. You know, there's so many ways that the Packers can hurt you in this offense with this group. And Corey, to your point, it's not just the fact that they're young, right? They are young and they are ascending and they are exciting, but it's a big part of the component that they went through the fire together last year as a group, like to the guy, right? All that we went through Musgrave getting yelled at on the sideline on Monday Night Football, right? We went Jaden Reed rounding off a route that Jordan Love thought he was going to cut sharply, right? There's so many moments last year where you can look at early in the season when they were struggling, right? When they were really struggling to, get first downs, let alone score touchdowns. They went through all of that together. And now they're a year later. They've seen how effective they can be. That stretch, that 6-7 game stretch at the end of the year. They're explosive as hell. They know each other really well. They know the offense really well. They've been through that fire together, and now they've had a whole offseason to build on that. That's what